Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday to my collective masculine energies. I hope all of you are doing well on this Wednesday. And so welcome back to my channel, Masculine Empowering Oracles by me, Maglitas. My name is Maglitas, and I thank you all for visiting this channel. And I just want to state that if you do like this channel, as it has been dedicated to only the men, to my masculine energies out there, at any time that you find that the messages is indeed empowering for you, if they help reinforce and bring upliftment and encouragement to the areas of your life that you need a little reinforcement or some type of inspiration in to keep going, to be the warriors that you was meant to be, please let me know. You could drop me a comment. Don't be shy. Let me know how it is helping you some kind of way. But as well, hit that thumbs like button to give me a like. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And last but not least, I would appreciate it that you share with your buddies to get them on board as well, as they too would need to know that they were set and meant to be the warriors within themselves. All right, so with all of that being said, let's get right into your reading for today. I pre-shuffled before this coming on here, but I will always shuffle again just to make sure that we get a good shuffle in and to pull out cards that haven't been pulled already from other readings. All right, Spirit of the highest and brightest white light, may I have 3 cards for my masculine energies. What would be the messages for them to know about, to help them, to inspire them, to encourage them, to motivate them in the areas that they need support in, Spirit? Okay, that's too many. That is too many. I'm going to put it back. Hey, Spirit, just 3 cards, please. Messages that will help inspire my masculine energies at this time for this day, August 3rd. What do they need to know? Returning home. Good. We haven't had that out yet. Another card, please, Spirit. What do the masculines need to know? Refusal to change. One more card, please, Spirit. What's the final message you wish the masculine to know for this day? Lost Dreamer. Okay. All right. All right. So, guys, the 3 cards that was pulled is returning home. We're going to look into that. We have refusal to change. And we have lost dreamer. All right. So, there are 3 different things that is going on here. First and foremost, the returning home. Returning home, you can see this person, this man here. He's heading home. He was away. Away from what? Or away to something, right? So returning home is perhaps he's returning from war, serving time, doing his due diligence, and being in the front line, so to speak. You know, it took him away from his family. So finally, he's been released, did his time, so to speak, in terms of serving his nation. And so basically, he is ready now to return home. That is one aspect of returning home could be for some of you. Returning home could be perhaps life itself sometimes can cause stress. And for men, sometimes when they feel they don't have the control anymore, they have lost control of their environment. Sometimes, unfortunately, they would have to leave the home, to kind of go where they need to go, to kind of recenter themselves, to kind of give thought about their next move, all right? And maybe they are away from the home, maybe for a couple of days, a couple of months, a couple of weeks. However long it takes, though, for them to figure out what they need to do. Maybe, unfortunately, some have lost their job. And I know for men, working and getting paid and making money to support and take care of your family is a very big deal, as it should. There's nothing wrong with that, because you feel like you are the provider. But what happens if you lose your job? Like, you feel like, now, how am I going to take care of my family? And for some, it's just too much, and they feel like they need to go somewhere. Maybe something that's longer than a walk. Maybe they feel like they need to just go somewhere for a while, a retreat, somewhere that's going to just have them to figure things out. So returning home, I feel, is what this is about. Okay? We could look into it to get more additional information, more meanings to what it means on top of what I felt this means, just to see exactly how you can capitalize on what that means, because there's a message in there somehow that might be helpful to someone out there. Again, as always, just know that when the cards come out, how are they interpreted, or what message there is, or what reinforcements that is being brought out, it's not going to resonate with each and every one of you. So just take what does and leave the rest for your fellow viewers. All right? It's just not your story for today. Okay, so returning home. I wanted to read this because I felt like there's something more that can be added to the meaning of returning home that might be of encouragement or inspirational for some of you. It says, the road home brings the hero back to the ordinary world. If the hero hasn't fully reconciled with the challenges of his quest, the troubles might persist. The hero should take heed to make amends or tie up any loose ends before returning home. Otherwise, dangers might follow. A sense of loss can accompany the act of return home. The hero might not be able to return to such magic lands or ever be able to describe to his loved ones what he experienced. Some tools that serve the hero along the road might also have to be left behind. It can be a moment of reckoning and adjustment back to the ordinary world. This stage can feel like the sadness of moving to another city, knowing you can never come back. Or you are trying to settle back into the stress of everyday life after traveling abroad. Re-entry is a strange transition. When you find yourself in this stage, ask yourself, what has changed? How will you be able to take what you learned back to everyday life? Is there anything you should leave behind that help you to succeed at your goal? What obstacles might be between you and integrating this change? So like I said, sometimes it's just the stress that sometimes can be a bit overwhelming for some of you fellows, and sometimes you might have to, take a step away from the home to go figure things out. Maybe there's a lot of chaos in the home, and sometimes it's just keeping you more and more burdened in terms of your mind to really focus and think about what is the best move ahead for me and my family. So sometimes those that are in the household might judge, or they might say something or feel a certain way, but you know what? It's better than to react physical when stress kind of comes down on you. They say when you are in an argument, the best thing to do is to just leave and walk away. It's not a sign of being coward. It's not a sign of weakness. Actually, it's the smart thing to do, because sometimes stress can be overpowering, and if there are those in our environment and it becomes too much, sometimes it can result in something physical. So if at any time, and this could be for anyone, particularly for the men though, if at any time you feel like life is too much, or you feel like, you are not working, and, you are just like bombarded with just the bills, dealing with the things that come with losing a job, or maybe, your family has grown more than what you could handle. Sometimes that happens too, in relationships and marriages. Sometimes there are maybe unexpected pregnancies, and there are more kids added to the home, and so now you have to concern and worry about, okay, now I have to go out, maybe work longer hours, do some extra hours, put in some extra time, to put in more hours to get more money so I can provide. And sometimes it's a bit overwhelming. So after you have gone away to whatever this place is, or wherever you needed to go, maybe to a family member's house to kind of just think things over, then you have found a way. You have come back. You have learned. Maybe along the way you have been giving some advice to help you to cope with what it is that you are having troubles with, to kind of find a resolution for. And so now, after getting that advice, maybe after finding a way on your own to kind of help your move in going forward, now you are ready to face the music, so to speak. You're ready to overcome that challenge, or to face that challenge, because it might not fully go away, but now with a clear head, you were able to do so in a place that gave you that clarity, a place that gave you a moment to really think the best way going forward. And so now you are ready to return home. All right? So if some of you are dealing with that situation, or if you are in a stage of dealing with this, or maybe this is something that might happen at some time in the future, just know that whatever steps you need to do in order to figure things out, do so with being able to know that all will be well, or you have to do what's best sometimes, even if it means walking away temporarily, and just know that it should be temporary. Never feel like help is out of your reach. In your other video the other day, it speaks about seeking help. Never feel like, if you need to talk to someone, if you need some extra, advice on something, never shy away from that, because it can truly be helpful. Maybe someone have gone through and have walked that road that now you are on. This is a road that's heading you back home, but maybe somebody else have as well journeyed or walked that same road that you are on, and maybe they can help you to kind of ease the steps on that journey, on that road. You know what I mean? So never feel that you can't get help. And it's ironic, because your next card is refusal to change. Okay, so refusal to change is also like asking for help, in terms of, don't refuse to feel like you can't ask, or don't be so stubborn in a sense where, because when you refuse anything, refuse help and refuse to change, just know that it's only blocking your progress. It's only blocking what it is that you're trying to get to. Refusal can serve you in a good way, and then refusal can serve you in another way, a way that maybe it's not going to be helpful for you in the long term. You know what I mean? So refusing any type of change in your life, any type of help in your life, it's not going to be prosperous for you in the long run, especially if you're in a situation or in a current energy of needing support and help at this time. All right? Never feel like you can't gravitate toward getting assistance in any situation. It doesn't even have to be something where it's on a home front, but it could be any situation. Because like I said, men, you know, you have an ego, and you know, sometimes refusing and letting that ego get in your way can sometimes be to your detriment. So always be open. Always have the energy or the humility to be open to receive help, as opposed to shunning it and pushing it away. All right, you see this man got his hand out, he's refusing, he's pushing away. And like I said, it could be a situation that you really need that help. So never refuse it, because it can turn out to be something that will help you in the long run. All right, and then your next card, your last card from this is Lost Dreamer. So this can be about anything. Your dreams, your hopes, your aspirations, whatever it was that, whatever your dream is in life. You know, it could be your dream home. It could just be your dream job, your dream career, your dream relationship. You know, just know that all dreams have the energy of becoming to your reality. When you dream, create that. You created the thought, you initiated that thought, but don't let it just be something that you dream about. Try to figure out how you can bring that dream, bring that vision into your material and physical world. Okay? Don't just think about it and then lose it, because dreams is something that are made to be materialized into your life. Whatever that is, you know, go after your dreams, go after your hopes, go after your aspirations. So many times we all dream, but we don't see it come to fruition. It's just like a lost cause, a lost hope. It was just a thought. No, you have it in you to bring about whatever it is you want into your life. You can attract whatever it is you want into your life. You got to believe it, and you have to have faith. Whoever your belief system is, God, you have your angels, you have your spirit guides to help you to bring all that you desire into your life. Why? Because we deserve it. All of us, we deserve something good. You know, they say the bigger the dream is, the bigger your abundance. The smaller your dream is, the smaller your abundance. So if it's abundance that you seek, if it's love that you seek, to find a love, to be happy with somebody that's going to make you happy, if this is what you're dreaming about, like I said, this could be anything. So you would know how this you would know how this will resonate with you in terms of your personal life, what it is that you've been dreaming about, what it is that you want to see to come into your reality. So just know, and I mentioned the other day, I said always find ways every single day to give yourself positive affirmations. This plays into your dreams. So if you dream about having a big house, well, guess what? Give yourself positive affirmations. I will work toward that big house. I will strive toward obtaining that big house, because I want to what? Change my environment. I want to improve my environment. I want to improve my way of life, because I deserve it. I worked hard for it. Why not? Okay? It's in our birthright. It's in our DNA to have abundance in our life. The universal is abundant. So it's plenty. It's there for us to reach out to it and to attract it into our life. Never feel that your dream is never too big. And when you dream, as I said, don't let it just be a thought or a dream. Do what you can. Manifest. You know, I manifest doing the moon phases, and it might be something that I might upload as a bonus video actually at some time later on. When it comes to manifesting your desires and dreams, it's good to do so with the moon phases. The moon phases, particularly the full moon phase is the strongest, it's the most potent to manifest your dreams and desires into your life. And like I said, I think when we do reach the next full moon, which I believe is coming up soon, maybe I will pop in, upload a bonus video to utilize the energies and the power of that full moon to bring your dreams, your hopes, and your desires into life. All right, so that might be something that I might do, and you can look forward to it. But like I said, learn to get into the habit to manifest what you want into your life, because manifesting is something that is real. It's something that can happen. You know, it doesn't have to always stem from the physical outside world. Manifesting comes from within. So if you believe in yourself, you believe that you can achieve whatever it is that you want to with the correct mindset, and to be able to connect with your highest self and to tap into your divine power, all things is possible. All things is possible. Why? Because the word itself, impossible, says it is possible. That is one of my positive affirmations in a book that I have. I have a book that I put in positive affirmations to help me with my desires, with my endeavors, with my projects, with my goals. I have them, and I try to read them every single day so that it can keep me focused on those things. So that's just a word of advice for you fellas, if you are in the stages of wanting to know how you can truly bring about what it is that you dream or you desire. Manifesting. All right, so like I said, I probably will try to maybe upload that as a bonus video sometime for you later on this week, and or by the time that there's a next full moon, to just show you some of the tools and ways that you can manifest to bring all that you wish into your physical world. All right, so those are the 3 messages that I got from your archetype deck. Maybe I need some water. I'm kind of mispronouncing things. It happens, right? But I hope you got the messages there from returning home, from refusing to change, and Lost Dreamer. All right, so let us pull 3 cards from your angel deck as we wind down your reading. Let's see what messages your guardian angels and your spirit guides have for you. Spirit of the highest white light. Okay, we got one that fell out. I'll get that in a minute. What messages do you have for the collective, my masculine audience at this time? What do they need to know? Trust your intuition. Love is your energy. And one more card. That was the card that fell out. Love was your energy. One more card, please, from your spirit angels. One final message for the collective. Take responsibility for your actions. All right. And it's interesting that the bottom card, which is like the overall energy from the 3 cards that came out, just what I just spoke upon. Thoughts create your reality. So again, the dreams that you have, you initiate them in your mind, but you just don't want it to just stay there. You want them to materialize into your physical environment, into your reality. So that's interesting that that appeared at the bottom of the deck. All right. So the 3 cards that was pulled was trust your intuition. Love is your energy. And take responsibility for your actions. All right. So trusting your intuition is very simple. It's very much to the point. It can, the expression says, I have a gut feeling about something. Generally, when you have that gut feeling about something, when something isn't right, or when something is right, and it propels you to proceed and go ahead, trust it. It won't steer you wrong. A lot of times we all have intuition, okay? Some is stronger than others. But what can help heighten your intuition is believing in it, tapping into it. A lot of times people get an intuition about something and they disregard it. They leave it alone, because they feel like, oh, it's just something that just came came over me, or it's just a thought, or it's a passing thought. And that's exactly what happens. It's a passing thought that will continue to pass away from you. You want to bring in and tap into that intuition. You want it to be more stronger, and you want to heighten it. So everyone needs to trust their intuition. At this point, it doesn't matter what gender, but everyone needs to be able to know that your intuition is trying to tell you something. All right, let's go into it further. Let's go into the book and just get more further meanings on this. It says, as a spiritual being having a human experience, you have agreed to forget your divine heritage while your awareness is focused in this dense physical world. But your connection to your natural state will remain with you and is called intuition. Just like any other muscle of your body, the more you use and exercise your intuition, the stronger it becomes. Intuition manifests itself as a feeling of knowing, usually in the area of your solar plexus, one of your chakras. Humans use words like gut feeling or hunch, but it is a sense that we are all born with it. It is the sixth sense. Unfortunately, because of its ethereal quality, a lot of humans doubt its existence. Just what I said. But for those of us who have experienced it, we know that we possess an awareness that is not of this dimension. If this card appears, it can have several meanings, depending on the placement. It can mean that an event or situation is in the offering, and it will require you to trust your sixth sense, even though all physical signs indicate otherwise. Or it can mean that someone within your influence is going to ask you for advice. It kind of takes me back to the card refusal to change, when I spoke about refusing advice. And trusting your intuition, it can kind of play into that energy, because again, if you feel that you are lost or you don't have the answer to something, your intuition is telling you, okay, you need advice at this time. And it may steer you toward someone that you may feel that can give you the best advice possible. So if your intuition is telling you to go toward this person to seek this advice, trust it, okay? Continuing, it says, depending on your personal acceptance of your own knowingness, you may have to encourage yourself to do what feels right. Share a story of how your intuition proved correct in a time of need. So there you have it. When it comes to intuition in anything, if your intuition is telling you to go get help, follow that intuition. If your intuition is telling you, you know what, maybe this person would be better to give you the answer as opposed to this person, then listen to your intuition, all right? Moving on to your next card, you have love is energy, all right? Love is energy. Love is an energy of positiveness. When there's love in any situation or in one's own self, it transmutes to positive energies. When you are of love, when you become love, when you speak love, when you deal with people in a loving manner, it's going to show positive results. It's going to show a positive feeling, as opposed to the opposite of love. There's hate. Think about it. When you think about hate, hate is a low vibrational energy, and hate, nothing good's come out of that. It's something that will keep you vibing in a low energy, but it's negative results. But on the other hand, when you are done with vibrating on that low energy, bring love into the situation. When you bring love into your energy, everything else becomes balanced as well. It will help you to see things from a different perspective, because love. When you love yourself, they say when you love yourself, well, they say if you don't love yourself, you can't love others. But if you love yourself, how well do you love yourself? You know, sometimes in life, things happen where we may not really love ourselves. And so now, you know, if that happens, or if that is the case, then to love someone else will be of a challenge. So we have to learn to each and every day find ways to love ourselves first and foremost. Maybe there are insecurities that we may have of ourselves, and so that is a challenge to just love ourselves. Accepting who you are is the start to loving yourself. But whatever and however this will resonate, love is an energy, and you want to attract energy that is positive, and being love is positive. All right, so let us look further into what this is and to see how we can capitalize on what that is further. It says your soul is energy. The closest word on earth to describe that energy is love. It is your natural state. After your higher self has conferred with its guides before incarnation, the awareness of your divine, loving nature is then filtered through the physical dimension where love is not the natural state. That is why Earth is such a challenging experience. Every soul incarnates here with the best intentions of manifesting the energy of love in all they do. But this dimension is a worthy opponent. Compassion, empathy, and equality can easily be taken over by apathy, indifference, and prejudice. This card is a reminder to you that all the challenges life on earth throws at you can be minimized by exercising the innate power of love within you. Love is the greatest healing force. It unites and it understands. Never be afraid to demonstrate love in all its manifestations, for it will always be true to you because it is you. So there's no failure, there's no disappointment when you love yourself. But when you love yourself, it will transmute to those that you come in contact with, those in your environment, those that you make connections with on a day-to-day basis. Love, the Bible says that love conquers all, and it's so true. It's very true. And sometimes we might be going through certain challenges in our life, and sometimes you say, well, how can I be positive? How can I be loving in this situation? And you kind of gravitate to not expressing that emotion. But just know, like the Bible says, it will conquer. Okay, just try it. Just do it. Just even say to yourself, love, I'm going to love this. I'm going to bring love into the situation. I'm going to deal with this situation with love. I am love. For God loves me, and so if God loves me, I need to love myself and then to love my fellow man. All right, and I'm going to end it with that. All right, so your next and last card is take responsibility for your actions. Whatever this may be, we're all adults, no matter what gender you are. I think this is something that can be practiced with everybody. Sometimes we don't take responsibility for the actions that we make in our lives, and that's just what it is. Your actions. So whatever actions that you engage in, whether they are good actions or negative actions, and sometimes it's the negative actions, because when it comes to the negative actions that we do, generally we don't want to take responsibility for. But when it comes to the good actions, we don't mind taking responsibility for that because it's good. It's something that can be seen as something positive. But what about the other side of the spectrum? What happens when we engage in actions that will cause pain, cause anger, cause conflict with yourself, but with other people? And it can result in something that is your fault, but you don't want to take action for it. And taking action, the first thing to do is realizing that you did something and to apologize for that action. That is the very first ultimate way to take responsibility of one's own action, is to realize that you did something and to say, I am sorry, my apology. I didn't think that it would hurt you, or I didn't think that, it was going to come to this, and now, we are in this situation. So taking responsibility It's a very humble and a loving thing to do. Speaking about love, bring love into the situation and apologize if an apology is needed. You know what I mean? So, like I said, this is something that can be practiced for every one of us, because sometimes we kind of tend to maybe not want to take a responsibility for the actions that we ourselves caused. And so in doing that, like I said, you would be the bigger person here. All right, and sometimes it's not easy to do it, but at the end, love will conquer all. All right, let us dip into the meaning, further meaning into that, and we will close out this reading for today. It says, your thoughts, words, and deeds create energy, and they all have consequences. It is the law of physics that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. As you look at this card, your guides want you to understand that it's necessary for you to accept ownership of that action. You might think that thoughts are not technically considered action, that they are not as powerful as words and deeds, but you would be mistaken. Thoughts may be more powerful, for they are the creator of words and deeds. You are creating an atmosphere and placing it into the universe. Depending on the thought, you can create an imbalance if what you send forth is not in harmony with the natural state of love and compassion of which you are made. It is a human tendency to believe that just because you cannot see something, it must not exist. But that is a foible of the human experience. But if this card appears, examine your current relationships and see if an action that you have initiated has created an imbalance. If so, take ownership of it, apologize, and make amends. The spiritual law of cause and effect will produce a karmic debt that will have to be paid eventually. It's best to pay it now. And that's what I was thinking right before I got to the part is cause and effect. You know, you cause a certain action that develop into another reaction. And so you will only bring yourself unwanted karmic results if you don't take action about it and to rectify the situation. So if there was something that was said, something that was done to a person, know that justice in a form of a karmic way will be shown you, or you may experience your own karma debt, so to speak, for an action that you took that perhaps you didn't have remorse for. And so with that cause and effect, it's like repercussions. There are always repercussions to our actions, especially the ones that it's not good ones, So whatever it is in our life that sometimes will cause us to do something that is not loving, something that will bring hurt and pain to someone else, and let that pass by the plane, then if it's something on our end that we did, then go ahead, and just apologize and let bygones be bygones, or just make amends in a loving manner. Why? Because love is energy. As such, any other form of words, as it said, is energy. You know what I mean? So even though it might not be something that was taken seriously, or you might not think that your words have an impact, sometimes words hurt more than physical. You know what I mean? And usually when you say things, or when there are words that comes out, sometimes you can't take it back because it's already been out in the open. So it's like, how do I correct that? How do I fix it? So it's just something to keep in mind. And like I said, this is a lesson, I think, for everyone, regardless of gender. I think we all need to work on being able to take responsibilities for our own action. And as doing so, it is a way of love, because it's just a result of knowing that we may have done something and now it's time to correct it, and doing so from an energy, doing some from a genuine place within yourself, So that is all, and that is what I'm going to leave it at right now, guys. I'm going to leave it there. I hope that the messages here that was conveyed, I hope that it has helped you or will help you. Again, if today's message and any of the interpretation of the cards that was drawn didn't resonate with you, it's just not your story. But it will resonate and maybe can help someone who maybe has dealt with this or is dealing with it currently, or it might be something that come up. And if it's something that will come up, just come back to this video and just get some kind of insights as to how you can go about rectifying this. Or maybe it's something that maybe can help reinforce you to know that in whatever situation that you will deal with, that love is going to be the best way to conquer and to deal with that, because it's energy. Everything around us is energy. So you want to be able to attract the right kind of energy and not the negative kind of energy. All right, my masculine energies, this is all I have for you today. I really hope that it was encouraging. If it was encouraging, as I said, drop me a comment into the comment section. As well, give me that thumbs like button. Share with your buddies to get them on board for some inspiration and some empowerment. All right, because we all need support. We all need encouragement. We all can use inspiration. All right, so I really hope that it was helpful. So until we connect again, I'm wishing all of you a wonderful Wednesday. Be well and spread love. Be of love, because that's the way to conquer anything that might be conflicting us at this time. All right, until next time, peace, love, and light. Bye.